Last night we camped on top of this ridge and there was no wind at all. It was perfectly still and the views were beautiful. So it was a great place to camp last night, but as soon as we went to bed, the wind picked up, and I mean, it really picked up. It carried on throughout the night, and it is still super windy this morning. So really, we just broke down camp in a hurry, and we are about to get underway. I don't think it's even 8 o'clock in the morning yet, but behind me is Chumstick Mountain, and we're about to start the steep climb up to the top. And as good as the views are down here, they should be even better up at the top. So let's hit the road. On the entire BDR. The view climbing up to Chumstick Mountain is just amazing. It's so good. We're at 5,500 feet. I think Chumstick Mountain's at like 6,000 feet, which I think is one of the highest points of the BDR too, but it's so cool. It's actually pretty easy to get here from Kashmir too, so you could do this as a day trip or whatever if you wanted to, but this is why I love the BDR. So windy. We only made it to the top of Chumstick Mountain, but we're like in the car because we stepped outside for maybe like 30 seconds and it is blowing so hard. I almost lost my hat. So I'm gonna give you a view. I'm gonna show you what it looks like up here, but I'm gonna do it from the comfort of the truck because otherwise I'm just gonna blow away. I think it's ridiculous out there right now. But check this out. Here, let me take the camera. All right, let me show you. Here's what we got. Oh, let me fix the exposure here. Okay, so view to the left, I think that's off to the east there. And I mean, look at this. We are at the top of Chumstick Mountain. And then here are the views to the west. And then there is the beautiful Christine, probably my favorite scenery. And then we keep moving. I mean, look at the views are literally 360 degrees. It is absolutely nuts, but it's just too windy to even go outside at this point.
While it may have been too windy to enjoy the views from outside the truck, it was hard to be too upset because as we traveled across ridgetop after ridgetop, the scenery from inside the truck was simply stunning. All right, so we just found camp and couldn't be more excited because we have been dreaming about this campsite that we're at right now for like the last 2 years. We came up here and there was an unfortunate set of circumstances that meant we couldn't camp, but we got here today, nobody's here, and so now let's show you why we've been dreaming about this campsite. Check this out, come with us. Let's flip this around. This probably won't show in all its glory, but below us is Lake Chelan. You can see the boats on the lake and the city and the lake that just goes and goes and goes. And it is just one of the best views that I have ever seen at a campsite. So we got here at, what time is it?
I think it's just after 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, we're here at 1 o'clock. Faster than we thought. We made really good progress on section 4 today. So that means we've got the rest of the day
To hang out
and relax, set up the awning because it's hot, and
taking the views.
enjoy this view. This is gonna be a fun day. So you might have noticed that we got a new tent. We had our old one for years. I think we probably had 50 nights in it, and it was just getting a little bit worn out, and it was just time to retire it. So we decided to try a Gazelle on the recommendation of many of you, actually. So thank you for your suggestions. And this is our second night in it, and gotta say, so far we are absolutely loving it. It is so nice. It's so easy to set up. One person can set it up and tear it down, which couldn't really be said for our old ground tent. And it's a little bit more spacious inside, even though the footprint is a little bit smaller. Because the sides pop out, there's a little bit more headroom and footroom for me, which is great. And the whole thing just feels a little bit sturdier, honestly. So anyway, we'll see how it holds up, but I thought I'd address the new tent. It's a Gazelle T3X Overland tent. We're not affiliated or sponsored with Gazelle in any way, but we picked this up at Overland Expo PNW. There was a great discount on it, so we said, why not? Now's the right time, let's do it. And yeah, so far we're loving it. If you have any questions about this tent, drop them in the comments below and we'll be sure to answer them. Speaking of the Gazelle tent, here is the inside of the Gazelle tent, which we are in because we are doing what?
Hiding.
We're hiding from
The wind. It's so windy out there.
Yeah, we got to this campsite and it was like there's no wind and it was great, and then it just became like dust bowl wind. It just became terrible. So anyway, while we're here, let's take a look at the inside of the Gazelle tent in case you're wondering what it looks like. Let me flip this around. So I don't know what to show you other than there's 4 walls like you would expect of a tent. But there's a lot of little pockets. There's pockets on all 4 corners, and that's pretty cool. And a nice big pocket up on the top fits our air mattress.
My sleeping bag and Jeff's ginormous.
What are you talking about? My sleeping bag is reasonably sized.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's true. That's what she said. So sleeping bags.
Yep.
Yeah, there's not much else to show you in here. But what I do like about this is last night we also had a lot of wind. A lot of wind last night. And the walls are super rigid. So like there was no buffeting or blowing around to the walls. Whereas with our old tent, it would have just been like slapping us in the face the whole night. So this was definitely much nicer. Seems like it holds up a little bit better in the wind than our old one. So anyway, just initial impressions. We'll know more the more we use it. But since we're hiding in the tent, we thought we'd share that with you too. Okay, so you've been working on dinner for a while. What are we having?
We're having fresh halibut with a mango salsa that I made. It's so good. There's mangoes, avocados, shallots, lime, cilantro. This is gonna be really good.
Only one way to find out.
Let's see. Halibut, super buttery, and the mango salsa is perfect with this. So good.
Okay, time to put down the camera because I want to eat.
Well, good morning from 5,000 feet above Lake Chelan and the town of Chelan. Jeff and I are so thrilled that we woke up this morning with a lot less wind and haze covering the lake. So we're gonna take our time this morning and just enjoy the views that we were really hoping to get yesterday.